Hi everyone. In today's lecture, let us discuss how to create cost center in Tally. Cost center basically means a department or a location or a unit where costs are accumulated. For example, the company wants to maintain the details of salaries based on the staff. So they want to know how much what is the total payment as salary to each of their employees they made. Another case, a company having multiple locations and they want to keep track of their rent expenses for each of their branches or each of their locations. Take another example. A company wants to record advanced salaries or outstanding salaries of employees based on their name, like in the sense staff wise details they want to maintain. In all these situations, what we do is what we create a cost center. And cost center allows us to accumulate the cost based on a department if you want to keep department wise, or it can be an individual or an employee wise, it can be a location wise, or it can be a unit wise. So let us see how it is being translated into practice using Tally Prime. So first thing first, let us create a company in order to show the how does it yeah, how we create a cost center in Tally. I will give you the step-by-step methods in order to complete that. So let us create a company which is ABC company. The company is located in Muscat. I am not giving specific detail, but let us say it is placed in located in Office 1, Muscat Grand Mall and Muscat. Now the company is placed in Muscat, so we gave the details. I'm just leaving the details about their telephone, mobile, fax, email, and so on. We are creating this company. The books financial year of the company starts from 1st of January 2025, and the books also begins from 1st January 2025. Once you create the company and submit the creation screen to accept, yes, so when we accept, automatically we move to the feature options which is available in Tally. The feature is option is also available. If you click on the company, you will find the feature option is available under the company options, and you can press F11 on your keyboard in order to access the features. So the first thing, if you have a cost center, if you want to record expenses or a liability or any of the accounts using a cost center, first thing what you need to do is you need to enable cost center in the features option. So when we say enable it in features option, it also means that this will be applicable for all the accounts. So whichever accounts you want cost center to be enabled, when you create the ledger account, you need to set it yes. If you don't want a particular account to be you don't want to include cost center in a particular account, then you need to set it as no when you create the ledger. So now in features, I enable the cost center feature. That means for all the ledger account, the cost center option will be available, and it is up to you to decide whether to enable it for a particular account or no. So once we complete the feature, once we complete the change in the feature, you go to the gateway of Tally, the main page. So let me create an account. Say for example, outstanding salary. The company has an account, outstanding salary. So the ledger creation options I move into, then I created outstanding salary. Now outstanding salary is a current liability, and under outstanding salary, I want to create outstanding salary staff wise. For example, I have two staff now. One is Amjad and one is Salam. So they have the total outstanding salary payable to them is 2000 Riyal. For Amjad 1000 Riyal and for Salam 1000 Riyal. So what I should do is I should enable cost center for this account and enter the total outstanding salary due. For example, in our case, we have two staff and for each staff 1000 Riyal is pending. So total amount is 2000. You don't need to specify the staff details here. So just take 2000 Riyal, the total amount is mentioned here, reported as an opening balance of outstanding salary. Let me also go to the edit option, alter option, and create a cash account and edit the cash balance, because in order to pay outstanding salary, we need a cash balance. So let me create a cash balance of, say, for example, 5000 Riyal. All right, so this is just for an example. So I just created a cash balance of 5000 Riyal. Now we are done with this. Now suppose we have a transaction. The outstanding salary payable to Amjad and Salam is paid during the month. So in order to enter the transaction, we need to go to the voucher. So voucher, it's a payment. Outstanding salary is paid. So in that case, we are going to use the voucher called payment. You need to change the date. Here, I assume that the payment is made on 1st of January. So I'm not changing the date. Also, this is an educational version which allow me to um, which doesn't allow me to change the date frequently. All right. So let me create a payment. So the company paid the dues, outstanding salary dues. So the outstanding salary dues was 2000 Riyal. So I entered the 2000 Riyal and just press enter. Automatically, the system is asking now to whom this outstanding salary is paid. So I can do two, there are two options to do that. One, either I can create the cost center from here, or I can create the cost center in the option create option. So let me go back and show you how to create that one in the cost center option. So you can go back again to the main page and the gateway of Tally, and on the create option there is an option for cost center. So we have two employees. The first employee name is Amjad. For him 1000 salary, for the 1000 Riyal is pending as salary, and we have Salam. For him also 1000 Riyal is pending. So we created the cost center here. This is an idealistic approach because we create everything initially, then we go to the vouchers. Then we can go to the voucher. As I said, the salary, outstanding salary is repaid. So we just enter outstanding salary, the total outstanding salary, as I mentioned, it is 2000 Riyal. 2000 Riyal I entered. Now the system is asking to whom this outstanding salary belongs to. So I said Amjad. For Amjad 1000 Riyal. It's automatically, it will appear when because it's already created. And for Salim, again 1000 Riyal, and the total amount is 2000 Riyal, and it is paid in cash, so we can just create cash payment for that one. So this is how we enter the outstanding salary payments. Now remember what I did is, when I created the opening balances, I haven't returned the opening balances cost center wise. I wrote the total amount. Then later, when it is paid, I have categorized the outstanding salary payment by staff wise. Let us take another example. Now, this year they also paid salary expenses. So they paid salary to the, for example, 1st of February 2025, they paid salary. So when they paid salary, what we need to do is we need to create an account. Just create an account here, salary expense. Under indirect expenses and cost center applicable, yes, we want to pay salary by staff wise, so we just said cost center applicable, yes. Now salary paid, let us assume the salary paid is 2500. So we enter 2500, 1250 for Ahmed, and 1000, sorry, Amjad, and 1250 for Salam. So once you enter the salary expense, automatically then details, specific details were asked. So you can say Amjad, it is 1250, and for Salam 1250, and then you enter it is paid in cash, so that you enter the cash account on the credit side. I hope this is clear. Now, one thing that you have to understand, for example, we have a payment traveling expenses which is not the cost center details are not available. If that is the case, so when you create traveling expenses, the ledger traveling expenses, if the cost center details are not available under indirect expenses, then the cost center applicable should be turned to no. Sometime one more issue that might pop up is you may not see, for example, here, if I go to the configure option, if I just click on the configure option, I can see that there is an option available, apply cost center for ledger. If it is turned no, what is going to happen is you may not see the cost center details here. It is implied that the cost center is always set yes. So if you want to turn it off and if it is not visible on the screen, what you need to do is just click on the configure option and say apply cost center for ledgers. Say yes. So this option is visible now in create ledger option. Then you can turn it off. For example, as I said, traveling expenses as an indirect expense, but I am not entering cost center details there, then it turn it off by saying no. So automatically, when you have a transaction for salary expense, for instance, you're paying traveling expense of 100 real on 1st of February, then traveling expenses, if you just pay 100 real, automatically it will go to the credit side without asking you to enter the cost center details, because you mentioned when you're creating the ledger account that cost center is not applicable for this account. I hope the concept is clear, and try to do more practices, and in case if you have any doubt, get back to me. I'm more happy to assist you if you have specific questions on this one. Thank you for listening.